Okay. All right, folks. Welcome to the Merrick Library Happy Half Hour. Today is a little bit of a different, we added an H. You call it high humidity hair. Well, today it's going to be the Happy Hockey Half Hour. So hopefully this cognitive test won't prove too challenging. Hopefully you guys will get all the answers right. I'm waiting for more people to come in, but if you're already here, cheers. Thank you, Carol. I was actually going to mention the elephant in the room, which is my hair, because as I was blow drying it, I just couldn't fight the humidity. So I put a clip in it. See, here it is. And it's not Lori. It's just, as you know from working with me for over a year, sometimes the humidity just wins every time. And so I decided to clip it because I just don't have any other choice. But Carol, thank you for saying that, because you never really know. And the alternative is this. So as we all know, this is what would happen if I didn't put the clip in. So we'll get that elephant out of the room right away. But certainly if people have more questions about it, we can talk about it, because if you have hair like mine, you will see that this is an everyday occurrence when the humidity is, according to my watch, 78%. That's just what it is. That is just what it is. Irene, it is an uphill climb. It is a battle. And anybody who's worked with me knows that I will walk in the door with my hair kind of straight, maybe a little curl, and then I walk out by the end of the day and I'm 5'10". So there's that advantage to having big poofy hair or big Brooklyn hair. Welcome everybody to the Lita. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, you like my hair too. Listen, folks, this is just what it is. I don't have a hair and makeup crew. So if I did, I'm sure I would probably look like, I don't know, Cindy Crawford maybe. I would take that. That would work. Christy Brinkley, we take that too. Lita, I'm glad to see you. Irene, and Lori, love you, Lori. I miss you like the Dickens. Carol, glad to see you. So I want to welcome everybody to the Merrick Library Happy Hockey Half Hour. We're going to get to hockey because there's a lot of sports news to talk about today. Shout out to all of our Merrick patrons that may be watching. And I appreciate if you are, because the Mets are on right now, which my son informed me about an hour ago. So I'm glad that you've decided to play ball over here instead of watching it on TV. Although it's a little weird watching the games with no one in the stands or these cardboard cutouts of people in the stands. That's just very weird to me. But okay, whatever. It's a little science fiction-y, and we'll take whatever we can get. So I want to shout out to the Merrick patrons. Thank you, whoever's here. You guys have been awesome. We've been speaking to you on the phones all week, so we're glad that you are giving us a buzz. And Lori just said, I'm not the bride of Frankenstein. Well, honestly, I really feel like it today. But that's okay. This is probably not too far behind. I'll probably wind up with that kind of hair pretty soon. So there's a couple of things I just want to get out of the way right away. Our amazing summer reading challenge is underway, and we are having tremendous success from it. And thank you. It's, as we said, this is the elephant in the room. I cannot fight what's happening with the humidity, so I just decided to pin it up. We have an amazing summer reading challenge. Imagine your story. Adults, children, young adults, it's been a blast, and I hope you guys are taking advantage of this, which brings me to the September book. So our September book is by the same author that I had last month, which was Marie Benedict, but this one is going to be Lady Clementine. Yes, I know everyone thinks it's pronounced wrong, but it is Lady Clementine, and it is Marie Benedict. We did The Only Woman in the Room last month, but this one is World War I historical fiction, and it's about the incredible woman who was Winston Churchill's partner. I love Marie Benedict because she writes about women who are behind the scenes in history, and she's bringing them to all the readers out there right now. So I've got a 21-year-old daughter. I know you would never know to look at me that I have a 21-year-old daughter, but I do. And wait, just for that, I'm going to have a little sip of my ice cold Dr. Pepper. What she does is, so my daughter read the book that we read last month, which was The Only Woman in the Room. And she thought it was great. She didn't know half the stuff that was going on. And I can't wait to read this. So Lady Clementine, Wednesday, September 2nd, 7 p.m. The Zoom links will go out and you can just sign up for that. And I don't know what my hair is going to look like in September. So there's always that to look forward to. If I haven't set the hook with a fabulous book, you get to wonder what my hair is going to look like because it's a party every day up there. Hi, Denise. Mwah. Love you, love you. And if you're not sure what to read, and you can get this on Hoopla, it is also available on Kindle, on Libby. And just in case you hear the ice cream man out my window, my windows are open. So you're kind of going to hear some birds and some things and hopefully no lawnmowers. But anyway, if you're looking for something else besides this, I'm going to recommend that you check out our Pinterest page. It's chock full of stuff. I know I keep talking about this, but it really is a fabulous resource for you to find books in certain genres and what's new and what's latest and all of that. So imagine your story. And if you're just joining, I see a couple of people just joined. This is the September book for the adult. Hi, Billy. Say hello to Negan for me, just in case you're, set your calendars, get ready to go. If you haven't read it, I'm really looking forward to this one. And I'm going to see what I can do to get Marie Benedict maybe to say hello and pop in. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. You can follow us. Children's programs are amazing. Check out our Facebook page. There's a whole list of things. This morning, we put up a big graphic that's got all the programs that are coming up for children. So please check that out. They are amazing, and Children's Department is really kicking butt. They're doing a great job. You can find anything you may have missed on the Merrick Library YouTube page. The other things you may miss, Billy's Boredom Busters. This is Comic-Con this weekend, and he's doing a Comic-Con themed craft. So you are going to want to find that this weekend on the Facebook page. And if you miss it, it's okay, because we have our TV channel on YouTube. Hooray, hooray, hooray. So we talked about sports a little bit, and we're going to do a bit of a happy half hour. And I had a pretty amazing week because the Top Shelf Merrick Library podcast, it was an amazing thing. Amazing things happened this week. I launched Other People's Pets episode. You want to hear me talk to R.L. Mazes. She's a lady from Queens, amazing human. She actually has an essay in this month's Oprah magazine. I urge you to check it out. Her name is R.L. Mazes. I love this book. This one will be an upcoming book discussion. So if you want to read ahead, you can. And then today I launched episode 41. I can't even believe I made it to 41. I can't believe the listeners are still with me after episode 41, but they are. And if it's one of you guys, I appreciate it. The amount of downloads and the amount of people following is just amazing. And I'm just really lucky. I interviewed Cadwell Turnbull. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see all the love for this book, for the episode 2 especially. There's a lot of authors who are just chiming in saying how much they like Top Shelf and how much they love Cadwell and the book. So you can check that out. And then yesterday, also Catherine Ryan Howard's book is coming out, The Nothing Man. Will scare the heck out of you. I interviewed James Wade yesterday, fabulous author from East Texas, residing now in Austin. And although this looks like it is a Western, I know I just went crazy last week trying to describe it to you. It really is just historical fiction set at the turn of the 20th century in the Southwest. It's got philosophy, it's got a little spirituality in it. At its heart, it is a revenge tale. And it is a rip-roaring tale that would keep you on the edge of your seat. So please don't miss it. Okay, hockey stuff. because Merrick Library is loaded with sports material. We've got books, we've got videos, we've got audios, we've got all kinds of sports things. And yeah, I know baseball, but we did baseball, didn't we? We did. Hi, Sue. Sue, what do you think? How's it doing? How's it going? Sue is a former Merrick library user. Then she was in Belmore. And so we love when Susan stops by because she loves libraries. So I'm very glad to see her. So here's happy half hour, Sue. See my little koozie? There it is. Dr. Pepper. Nothing beats it. Yeah, so it's all kinds of sports things going on. But also, did you know that next week starts hockey? Yes, hockey. And if you look at this graphic, what do you see down here? Well, let's see. I can never get this right. I don't even know what episode we're up to. But as many episodes as I've done, I don't even know where I am. If Billy were here, he could tell you. But next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday at 8 p.m., it's Rangers versus Islanders exhibition game. So with that, our first hockey question for our trivia, our first hockey trivia is, if you know, most of you know, I know my book discussion people know, some of you do, some of you don't. I am a hockey fan. I am married to a hockey fan. What team do I root for? So I am and my husband roots for the other team. So one of us roots for the Rangers and one of us roots for the Islanders. And yes, we're married almost 30, I guess we're close to 33 years. So one of us is a Ranger fan, one of us is an Islander fan. Which fan am I? Which sports team do I root for? Do I root for the Rangers or do I root for the Islanders? So you can put your answers if you think you know. Take a guess. It's one or the other, 50-50, right? Susan is here again, as I mentioned. She may want to join us on a Zoom meeting in September at 7 p.m. And there's some smart people in the audience already. This is a great book, Sue. I think you'll love it. So hopefully you'll be able to even attend that. And there's also some special, we got a couple of Rangers here. So Sue says Rangers, Lori says Rangers. My goodness, that is a wonderfully cold Dr. Pepper. Yes, Irene. You have seen that, Irene. Oh my gosh, Irene, love you. So the answer, I'll give you that in a minute. We have a couple of birthdays today. Very exciting birthdays. A staff member birthday and a personal birthday of mine that I'm very happy to share with you. The answer is the Rangers. Yes, I am a New York Ranger fan. Grew up in Brooklyn, as you all know, and I married an Islander fan. Honestly, they said it wouldn't last. But when you have some very cold, chilled Dr. Pepper, it would work. It could work. Yes, Irene, that is very funny. I forgot about that picture. But yes, if you follow me on Facebook, that is exactly right. So there is a staff birthday that happened this week. Last week it was Jill, Reader Services librarian Jill, travel buff, travel everything, hiker. She's perfection. It was her birthday last week along with my son, which is amazing. It was a fabulous week in history for birthdays. This week we've got two, and it is our fabulous Reader Services librarian Amy. She is always running in style. So happy birthday, Amy. You are amazing. We love you. She does unbelievable things at Merrick Library, and we are so happy that she's part of Reader Services. So she is probably not quite home yet, so I'll give her another shout out at the end of the show, but I did want to make a moment to wish her a happy birthday. And so when we talk about the Rangers and the Islanders, this is the standings. The Rangers are seated 11th, and the Islanders are seated 7th. That was, I don't know if you heard that, but that was my son. Yes, he is an Islander fan. And I'm going to need more Dr. Pepper for next Wednesday because usually when both teams are on, I go in a different room. Yes, Lori, happy birthday, Amy. She's a rock star. So yes, so that is where the seeds are. So I don't know. Do I have hope? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to give it a few more minutes just to make sure my dad is on. But also what happened this week is that Seattle decided they have a hockey team now, and they came up with the most fabulous name, and they are called the Seattle Kraken. To say that I am jealous of the uniform, this logo is amazing. I may just have to get myself a t-shirt because I just love everything about this logo. What is the Kraken? Well, it is a fabulous Scandinavian sea monster. And of course I love it. If you've seen I think it was the first Pirates of the Caribbean, they have a Kraken that is just crazy, scary. I watch that scene over and over again and what happens is, they usually say, release the Kraken, and this giant sea monster comes out of the water. When I take my clip out later, that's going to be like releasing the Kraken. So just think about this giant sea monster coming out of the water and think what would happen when we're done. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just take it off at the end. I'll take it out at the end of at the show. We'll see what it looks like. So when I say release the Kraken and I release my hair, we'll see what happens. I don't know if the screen will still be working. Maybe the screen will just go full of brown hair. I don't know. All right. So hockey trivia, and then get ready for some amazing reader's advisory stuff because I'm telling you, Merrick has really great things for the hockey lover and the hockey reader. So that's one of the reasons, she'll really make sure that we have all this great hockey stuff. And she's just awesome. Yes, got to see the mascot. You're right, Irene. I want to see that mascot too. In fact, I will volunteer to dress up and go on the ice wearing the mascot. I don't know. I'm sure people want to volunteer for that, but that would be kind of my thing. I'd love to see that. All right. So that's more Stanley Cup stuff. The Stanley Cup is a huge trophy that at the end, when the Stanley Cup final is played, one team wins, one team loses, depending on who's playing. I usually cry because when they lift it up, it's just an amazing thing to watch. And unless it's certain teams that I really don't like, then I don't cry. But if it's a team that I kind of was rooting for, even if it's not my team, and it probably won't be my team, it's very emotional. So the Stanley Cup has it named after somebody, right? Who was the Stanley Cup named after? Was the Stanley Cup named after Stanley Kowalski, Stanley Steamer, Lord Stanley of Preston, or Flat Stanley? So you've got 4 different Stanleys. I mean, you can figure it out. Is it Stanley Kowalski? And if you know who Stanley Kowalski is, you'll get extra points. Flat Stanley, Stanley Steamer, or Lord Stanley of Preston. So throw in a Stanley and see what you think. This year in hockey, and we have it on the shelf, is the 40th anniversary of the historical Miracle on Ice, which is the untold story. This book is the untold story of the captain of the 1980 gold medal winning U.S. Olympic hockey team, Mike Eruzione. That's a nice name. Mike Eruzione, right? And it talks about his amazing career on the ice and the legendary upset against the Soviets and winning the gold medal. It was amazing. And so we have that book on the shelf. You can place your hold for it. And it's just great that he came out with this book. He was interviewed. There's a couple of, you can find it on YouTube. There's a lot of interviews with him. So we do have this in-house. And if you want to read more about that the the Olympic medal winning team, you can do that. We have it because we're Merrick Library. That's why. And speaking of folks that win big, why we have 2017's Birth of a Dynasty, right? And that is, can you see? Written by Alan Hahn. And that is all about the New York Islanders and their dynasty years. So it's a great book. You can read this right away on Hoopla. There is no wait for this. So if you want to relive those glory years, and I am not going to be smart and snide and say something inappropriate because I do have to live in the same house with 2 Islander fans. If you do want to relive those glory days, it is on Hoopla, Birth of a Dynasty. And it's really nicely written and very, very interesting. And it's actually a page turner because it talks about all the people involved and the trades that were made and how they, how they develop this team and the management decisions they make. So it's really worth your time if you're looking for something like that. Okay, the answer to who was named after the Stanley Cup is named after Lord Stanley of Preston, not Stanley Kowalski. Lori may know this. Who is Stanley Kowalski? Does anybody know who that is? He has a famous Stella. You know, that's Stanley Kowalski. Okay, my next question. Hockey Happy Half Hour. Is it true or false that pucks are frozen before the game to prevent them from bouncing during the game? So did they freeze the hockey pucks to prevent them from bouncing? I had no idea. I just, I go to the games when we used to go to the games, and you know what to do. If you get the answer correct, you do this. And if it's not correct, you do this anyway. So we're all friends here. It doesn't matter. No, there's no judging. No judging. In fact, in advance of however you answer the question, whether it's true or false, this is what's going to happen. Yes, Lori. Lori got it. Stanley Kowalski is from A Streetcar Named Desire. Lori, you got an extra. So if you got your Pinot, have at it. Also amazing, very funny hockey movie that is not suitable for children or young people, maybe under 16, but only for adults or, know your target audience. The infamous Slapshot with Paul Newman. This is really a very funny look. It's also sad and it's bittersweet, but it's a very funny look into the world of professional sports because Paul Newman is the coach of the Chiefs, which is a minor league hockey team, and they're kind of struggling. And to build up the attendance at the games, they hire this group of these 3, the Hanson brothers, and they're 3 players. And they have one job, and they are enforcers. That's all I'll say about that. There is a lot of swearing, and it is a little violent. But it is hockey violence, so just bear that in mind. But if you haven't, this is very funny, and I would not recommend this for young adults. So you should probably watch it first, and then make your decision on whether. But Paul Newman is amazing in this. So plus you get to see Paul Newman, and he's wearing like a hockey jersey. So that's good for me. So I will have a sip of Dr. Pepper for that. Slapshot, we have it. Place your reserve. Okay, frozen pucks. Is it true or false that they are frozen to prevent them from bouncing during the game? The answer to that is actually true. So who knew? I didn't know. I have a refrigerator downstairs. I will volunteer to freeze all the pucks for the New York Rangers if they ask me to do that. I have another nice question. Everybody knows the Pittsburgh Penguins. Boo. Pittsburgh Penguins once had, and this is actually for Irene, she may remember this, speaking of mascots, the Pittsburgh Penguins, did they once, true or false, have a live penguin as their mascot? True or false? Did they have a live mascot? Without knowing anything, I actually guessed this correctly. So, because it just seemed like, likely. Yes, Lori, they are crazy in that movie, the Hanson brothers, but it's worth a watch. Oh, and that's what I was going to say before about baseball. We're not covering baseball today because we had Lori. She's in the chat right now. Hello, my friend. And Lori did a lot of baseball picks for us when, yeah. Lori did a lot of baseball picks, titles on Hoopla and things that were in Canopy, and her and Bill, also the librarian who retired. So both Bill and Lori provided us with lots and lots of baseball titles. So you can kind of go back and find that. They're on the YouTube channel, and they're really amazing titles because Hoopla has a ton of stuff. So Irene says she hopes so. The actual answer is yes, it's true. They had, look at that. Can you see? There he is. Slapshot Pete. I love that. So that was true. See, good cognitive tests. We're all learning as we go. We are all learning as we go. Here's another thing that I love about Hoopla. Hoopla will give you can put in a genre, which is great, or a subject, and it will give you adult titles, young adult titles, and children's titles. So if you're a parent or you're just whomever and you want to share a subject with somebody in your life who is either older than you or younger than you or wherever you are, Hoopla actually breaks it out for you. So when you put in hockey in the subject line, you get all kinds of things. One of the things is, let's hear it for the girls, Lucy Tries Hockey. This is a great book. It is very funny, and I love it that it introduces girls to hockey. I got introduced to hockey at a young age. It never occurred to me that I could actually be a hockey player. That opportunity was just not something that I thought really that much about. But flash forward to 2018. So Lucy loves hockey. So give this to the young lady in your life who wants to get on the ice and, really do her thing. What is this you say? These women? Why, these are the 2018 gold medal winners, the U.S. team in hockey. Yes, the U.S. women's hockey team has been one of the most successful women's ice hockey teams in international play, having won gold or silver, or in every major tournament, with the exception of 2006 when they captured the bronze. So this is the women winning the gold in the Winter Games in Pyeongchang, South Korea, 2018. This is not true or false. This is a fabulous fact. That's what I'm calling. Yes, I'm sure Lori and Irene, I'm sure PETA was not having Slapshot Pete. So I'm sure Slapshot Pete is retired gracefully somewhere. But anyway, this is not a true or false. This is an out and out fact. And these lovely, fabulous, fierce women are amazing. And waiting for the book on that story. So let's hear it for them. And that's what's called a fabulous fact. All right. Now we get into some really fun things. Okay, my dad's probably here right around now. And they were great, Lori. I think everybody was watching the women play. I think there was a weird time thing, right? So if the game was on at like 1 a.m, but you waited until watch it the next day, it was like some crazy thing. But I think my dad is here. And not only do we celebrate the amazing Amy birthday, which I've lost the sheet now, but I had a really nice graphic of running shoes. I'm just going to have to find it. But it's not only Amy's birthday, but you know whose birthday is tomorrow? My dad, Joe. So he is the fisherman in my life. And there it is. Happy birthday, Joe, from Bruce the Shark. So if you're watching, you guys can throw in the comments, happy birthday to my dad, because I bring him up constantly. He's been to the book discussions, so he kind of knows most of you. So happy birthday, Joe. Okay. Happy birthday, Dad. And I got a picture. This is my dad with one of his biggest catches. That's quite a fish. I believe it is a channel bass, and that's him. So happy birthday, Dad. All righty. And here's a little best fishes on your birthday. Because I'm corny and I just had to. But I will tell you, the corny part of me comes from him. That guy. So if I'm corny, you look no further. So best fishes, and from Bruce the Shark, which, as we know, we've got our Jaws thing here. There he is, Bruce the Shark. Oh my goodness, Dad. Everyone's giving you love. Lori and Denise and Lita. And Mary Jean. Hi, honey. Mary Jean, did you hear at the beginning that we're doing what our book discussion title is for September? Oh, I got to go back and find my graphics. Sugar. All right. Well, it's Lady Clementine by, I can't find my graphic, by Marie Benedict. Sugar. All right. Well, I will find it. And here's my Amy birthday graphic. And Mary Jean saying happy birthday, Joe. Yep, there it is. That's his special picture. He actually has that mounted on the wall in his house right now. Now, I don't even think he would charge admission. You'd probably just have to wear a mask and wash your hands, and he may let you in, and you could probably see it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. When I talk to him at the end of this, we will have an answer to that question. Should we say best fishes? You know what? Yes, Lori, you should say best fishes. Best fishes on your birthday. Best fishes on your birthday. And this is me holding up the graphic so that no one can see me trying to find. There it is. There you go, Mary Jean. That's the info. And of course, I will send out a link to everybody. You can find it on the Facebook page, and you can also get it in the MailChimp if you subscribe to the Merrick Library newsletter. So, yay. So there you go. It's going to be great. And Marie Benedict, we love her. So if Amy is here, I don't know if she is. Happy birthday again, Amy. We love you. Love you, love you. They do not have All Things Wild on Libby yet, Lita. It is kind of one of these hard books to get because it's brand new, but it is on order. So it doesn't matter, Mary Jean, if you don't know hockey. It doesn't matter. We're all good. Because this whole part of it is just to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to show you some pictures of me. See if you can recognize who is who. Born July 6th of 1957. This man was a first-round draft pick by the New York Rangers in 1977. And then in 1983, the Rangers broke everybody's heart because they traded him to the Detroit Red Wings, which we were not happy about that. Who is this famous New York Ranger? Is it Ron Duguay? Is it Mark Messier? Or is it Phil Esposito? And I must tell you that most of the time when I run into people in New York City, my daughter Julia is usually taking the picture because, so we got this picture of, and I was not really able to speak after this picture was taken. So this is a famous New York Ranger, and he does do a lot of hockey commentating on some of the, ESPN and all these other channels and all of that. So if you know that you thought it was Joe Namath, well, listen, he's just certainly, I think that a lot of Lady Ranger fans felt the same way about this guy than exactly how they felt about Joe Namath. I almost spilled the beans there about who that is. So, and of course, like anything, you've seen me standing next to Elizabeth Strout. Is that the same ridiculous face that I make? Oh, for heaven's sake. I don't know. What can I tell you? So who is this guy? Is it Ron Duguay? Is it Mark Messier? Or is it Phil Esposito? Now, I know my dad right now is yelling at the screen because he can't put it in the comments, but he knows exactly who this is. So I'm going to tell you because I was with my daughter, Julia, and we were coming out of a play, actually. We went to see a theater, a show, Broadway show. It was a matinee, and we were actually walking to meet my sister to have dinner after the show. And so we just so happened to be walking on 8th Avenue, and all of a sudden this man walked by me, and we're standing on the corner. And I know this is very silly, but I picked up the scent of his cologne, and I kind of turned my head, and it was, yes, Lori, Ron Duguay. And I kind of motioned to Julia, and I said, oh my God, that's Ron Duguay. I can't even believe it. And he heard me, and he turned and he smiled, and he said, hello. And I said, oh my gosh, would you mind taking a picture? He said, of course. And then right when she snapped the picture, he said to me, what's your name? And I forgot my name. Right out of my head. And I don't know. I think Julia may have reminded me. I don't remember, but I did forget my name for a few seconds. And then anyway, so that's Ron Duguay, New York Ranger. Also, there was back in the 70s, I don't know if anyone will remember, there were those Sassoon commercials where the hockey players would skate and they had their jerseys on and their Sassoon jeans, and they would say, ooh la la Sassoon, and they would turn around and you could see the stitching on the label of their jeans. So that's who Ron Duguay is, if that helps. So yes, Lori got it right. Lita, I know I slipped. And Mary Jean, you know what? Have a sip. Which brings me now to another book that I'm waiting for the right moment to do as a book discussion. This book is called Beartown. And Frederick Bachman, everybody knows who he is pretty much. He wrote A Man Called Ove, but he comes at us with this Beartown. And in the second part, so the book is really it's going to be a trilogy. So Beartown is the start of it. You don't have to know hockey to read and appreciate and absolutely fall in love with Beartown. You don't have to. I'm just telling you that if you're not reading it, you're missing out. This is complete escapist reading. His character development is off the charts. And basically it's about this little hockey team that could. And the people on the team and the family surrounding the team. It is amazing, and it is deftly handled, very deftly handled by Frederick Bachman. And then he followed up with Us Against You, which is sort of a continuation of sorts. And I just saw him speaking recently at a book expo convention and on Zoom, and he was talking about, working on the third book. So I'm very excited about that. So even if you think you have no interest in hockey, and even if you don't know the mechanics of the game, you don't know what a hat trick is, you don't know why people throw octopus on the ice or why they throw rats on the ice in Florida, none of that matters. This is just straight up quality fiction, Beartown. You don't even have to read the second book, but I highly recommend this. And this is really going to be another potential book discussion title. So Beartown by Frederick Bachman. We have it in audio, and it's not on Hoopla yet, but it is on Overdrive. So you've got a couple of different options for reading that. Fabulous. And what else do I have here? Oh, more hockey. Okay. I don't know if there's any Islander fans in the crowd here, but yes, that's me with another hockey player. I don't even know what to tell you. These things just happen. So that is me with a former New York Islander. And this picture was taken in, I think, what did I write down here? 2014, during the Super Bowl celebration, when the Super Bowl was held at the, where was it held? At MetLife Stadium, right? So they closed off 42nd Street and 6th and 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue, they closed down, and they had all these fun things you could do, and you could see the Joe Lombardo Trophy, and it was just an amazing thing. And Julia, of course, she's my good luck charm. We walk into this Starbucks because we were done. We had all kinds of fun doing all kinds of things. We went on the big slide, and we threw footballs, and it was just a fun, really fun thing. And we walk into the Starbucks, and I'm on the phone with my husband. And I actually hung up on him, and I said, oh my gosh, Andy, this person just walked in. I have to go. Boom. And I hung up, and then he actually was kind enough to take this picture with me. So this guy was picked number 7 in the 2006 NHL draft by the New York Islanders. And unfortunately, again, a heartbreaker. In 2016, he signed with the Buffalo Sabres. Boo. Who is this hockey player? And it doesn't matter. You can guess. It doesn't matter if you get the answer right or wrong. I'm going to tell you anyway. It doesn't matter. Trust me, I tell everybody. Is it Kyle Oposo? Is it Ray Ferraro? Or is it Mike Bossy? Now, the real Islander fans know Mike Bossy. So is it Kyle Oposo, Ray Ferraro, or Mike Bossy? So you can just take a guess and throw it in there. It doesn't even matter. You can say Kyle, Ray, or Mike, because the last names are hard to spell. So is it Kyle Oposo, Ray Ferraro, or Mike Bossy? So if you know your Islanders, then you'll know who that guy is. And no, I didn't knock him down to take the picture. I asked politely. So we'll come back to that. Also on Hoopla is a famous guy. Everybody, hopefully, most of you will know who Eddie Olczyk is. Eddie Olczyk, former Ranger, but also so many other teams. He played for the 1984 U.S. Olympic hockey team as a 17-year-old. Now, I will tell you, at 17, I was not doing that. I was not playing hockey for the Olympic hockey team. Nope. But that's okay. Everybody takes a different path. Mine just wasn't to do that. So, and he talks about playing for the 1994 New York Rangers Stanley Cup team. So amazing. And then he became a coach, and he coached Mario Lemieux and Sidney Crosby. And so he's now one of these recognizable voices in sports. So his little memoir, his biography, his autobiography is on Hoopla. And it's also great because you read it with his voice in your head. So yes, I know a decent amount, not as much as my son and my husband know about hockey, but I do okay. So that's Eddie Olczyk. And that is also on Hoopla. So Ellen, hi Ellen. I didn't know Ellen Landauer was here. Ellen, you snuck in. Mwah, glad to see you. No, it is not Mike Bossy. So I just gave you a hint. But for the people in your life who are interested, or you know that they like hockey, especially now that it's going to be, once it starts going on TV, which is why I'm trying to give you advance notice and trying to do reader's advisory for you for next week, because exhibition starts next week. And then the beginning of August, all the teams start playing, or most of them, the ones that have been seeded. So you're going to be able to say to somebody, hey, the library has, and you can show them this kind of stuff. And so, like I said, you don't have to know how to play. You don't have to know anything about how the game is played. You don't even have to know about the people who play. We have stuff. We have stuff to help you get educated. We have stuff you can recommend to your family, friends, and kids. And if you're looking for a fabulous, fabulous reader's advisory read, you've got to read Beartown. I'm telling you, it's great. Okay, so who is this guy? No, it is not Mike Bossy. And no, it is not Ray Ferraro. It is Kyle Oposo. And when I went over to stand next to him, he kind of, pulled me in. That guy is solid as a rock. He was like standing next to a brick wall. And I was like, oh, he is one tough guy. Very solid, and so nice. And look at my dopey face. As I always say every episode, if there's a way that I can embarrass myself, I will find it. So look at that, all teeth. God almighty. So the other book, we talked about Eddie Olczyk. This is Kyle Oposo. If you got it right, that's fine. And if you didn't guess Kyle Oposo, that's okay too. You know what to do. Get your koozie and have a little party. Okay. The other book that I had no idea was on Hoopla. Hoopla surprises me all the time. All the time. And don't forget, you can also get Eddie Olczyk's book by just requesting it at the library. So any of these things are also available at Merrick or in the system. We can always get it for you. This is Tamu Solani, who played for the Winnipeg Jets, the Anaheim Ducks, the San Jose Sharks, and the Avalanche, Colorado Avalanche. But I have a completely, this is completely selfish because this guy has great hair and it's very easy on the eyes. So, but that book is also there. So when you just plug in hockey as a subject, you get all this kind of stuff. So there were many others that were listed, but this one I just was very selfishly decided to share. Now, everyone's going to get this one right, I am sure. This is a New York Ranger goalie. He has played for the New York Rangers for his entire career from 2001 to the present. Who is this guy with the great smile? Is it Mike Richter, Henrik Lundqvist, or Ron Hextall? So they also call him the King. So if that helps you in any way, Lori will probably know this, maybe even Irene, because I know you guys are hockey people. So is this Henrik Lundqvist? Is it Mike Richter? Or is it Ron Hextall? So you have a couple of things to choose from there. And I just keeping it under a certain amount of time. Again, if you're just joining, happy birthday to my dad. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday, Joe. Here he is again with this fish. Actually, I should have thought to bring a picture of me and my sister with him, but I figured the fish would be better. So there he is. Talk about a smile. Talk about a big smile. And happy birthday also to our fabulous Amy. Amy's always running in style. And you know that she does that because you can see all her videos on the Merrick Library Facebook page. And that's okay. You don't have to be a hockey person, Lita. We're all friends here. We're all friends here. It doesn't matter. No judging. None of that happens. Not here. But actually, I do want to, yes, who's got it? We got Ellen Landau. Ellen says it's not Mike Bossy. Oh, no, that's from before. Ellen says it's Lundqvist. Lori says it's Lundqvist. Lori says I should have had a picture of my dad with my sister and I don't know. I just grabbed the one of him with the fish. The fourth family member or the fifth family member of my family of four when I was growing up. The fish gets honorable mention as my step relative. Oh, I cracked myself up. Sorry. Okay, yes, the answer is Henrik Lundqvist, who unfortunately will probably never see a Stanley Cup. That's just the way the hockey puck bounces. Sadly, he will probably not see a Stanley Cup. And they do call him the King. And when that happens, certain people in my house laugh at the TV set because they call him King Henrik, and it's quite a jocular atmosphere when that happens. So it is Lundqvist. You are correct, Ellen and Lori. You know what to do. Oh my, that is so wonderful. And what else do I have here? Oh, one quick question. I know a lot of you may have heard. If you have heard of this, let me know. In hockey, when a player does this in the game, it gets all kinds of crazy things. They do something when they score a goal, and it's called a hat trick. How many know? Who knows what it is? What happens when you score a hat trick? What process takes place? You have to score something. You have to score. Do you score 3 goals? Do you score 4 goals? Do you score 5 goals? And they call it a hat trick. And everybody throws their hat onto the ice, which is so fun to watch. It doesn't happen very often to my team, but I have seen it happen to other teams. So good for them. But it's interesting because I didn't know the origin of the word. So what it's known as is if you get 3 goals, if you're a single player on the ice and you get 3 goals during the game, it's called a hat trick. Everybody throws their hats. I'm not throwing my hat on the ice, but that's all right, Evelyn. Don't worry. You just watch, sit back. You know what to do. I'm going to tell you. So when it's a hat trick, yeah, Evelyn, you just told me you didn't know what it was. 3 goals. That is correct. When you get 3 goals and you're on the ice, you get a hat trick. Yes, Ellen, correct. Look, everybody knows. You guys think you don't know hockey, but you actually do. See? Baby steps. So what I didn't know, everyone throws their hat on the ice at the 3rd goal for that player. Correct. Look at you guys. Cheers. What I didn't know was why it was called a hat trick. So this is for everybody. In the late 1800s, I don't remember this. I know I look like I might have been there in the 1800s, but I don't remember this. There was a cricket match, and one of the players took 3 consecutive wickets, which is when you hit the stakes behind the batter, I think 3 times in a row, and a collection was taken up. And because of that outstanding feat and that incredible accomplishment, the money that they took for the player, they went out and they bought a hat. And then every time it happened after that, they presented the player with the hat. And that may come up in a later trivia. What's a hat trick? And how many it is. So to recap, you've got From Hoopla, The Birth of a Dynasty. You've got The Making of a Miracle, which is the 1980 gold medal team. You've got Eddie Olczyk's Hockey Life. He wrote himself, amazing. The Amazing Beartown, which I can't tell you enough about. It's just perfection in a book. And then you've got Tima Sawani, also hockey player. You've got me and Kyle. You've got me and Ron. Anytime you want to see those, I can bring those back. Lucy tries hockey, which I love that Hoopla has this. I love that Hoopla does that. Frozen pucks, yes. Frozen pucks to prevent them from bouncing on the ice. I did not know that. Slap shot, you can request that. Be wary of the rating on this. It is probably R. It's an R rating, and I think there's an uncut version, which is not suitable for most people. But I have to mention it because it is part of hockey lore. Henrik Lundqvist. And what else do I want to talk about? All Things Left Wild again. My podcast, that'll come out in about 2 weeks. Amazing book. Historical fiction, United States historical fiction. Turn of the century. You can't believe it. A revenge tale. It's great. Nothing Man comes out in August. Catherine Ryan Howard. I had the pleasure of interviewing her. She is from Ireland. She is Irish, and I could have listened to her speak all day. You would never imagine that she could have a mind that could write that. I'll say that. Yes, Evelyn Beartown, amazing. This just went up today. If you follow the podcast, you can listen to this. It's about 25 minutes long. Cadwell is just a fabulous human. He was amazing, and I just love talking to him. And this is his debut novel. And I don't want to say anything about what happens in that interview because I don't want to spoil it. He was just great, great, great. Other People's Pets, a terrific book discussion choice. Really, really good book discussion choice. I interviewed her for episode 40. She was amazing. And she has an essay in this month's Oprah magazine, which is really great. It's about her mom getting a facelift, and you've got to read it. It will bring tears to your eyes. It is just something I never thought of. So if you're looking, that's what the logo is, Top Shelf at Merrick Library. Next Wednesday, Ranger Islanders, 8 o'clock. I'll be in one corner of the house. My husband will be in the other corner of the house because we need to stay married. Seattle Kraken, that's the new hockey team for Seattle. And I will be taking the clip out shortly so we can see what that looks like. What else do I want to share with you? Billy's Boredom Busters. He's gone to Comic-Con, virtual Comic-Con, and he's going to be doing a craft. I think it's coasters, but I might need a coaster for my koozie. So our Pinterest page has all kinds of things for you to check out if you're looking for something to read for the Imagine Your Story Reading Challenge. So you're definitely going to want to get on top of that. Happy birthday to Reader Services librarian Amy. I found the one with the pink bow, and Andy made sure she had the pink bow because the first one I printed out was black and white. So happy birthday, Amy. I love you. And very happy birthday to my dad. Best wishes on your birthday, Daddy-O. And this is from Bruce the Shark. You guys have a few more minutes if you want to throw in the things that you're reading right now. I'd love to know. Irene, if you're on, and you can throw something in the comments, let me know what you're reading. And I will tell you that I am reading the brand new, oh dear. Yeah, see, that's what happens. I am reading the brand new, The Woman Who Wrote Room. Anybody? Evelyn, help me out. Emma Donohue's brand new book about, it's 1918 historical fiction, and it is about, I know before you even say, why would you want to read about the flu back in, the 1900s. I'm reading it because it's Emma Donohue, and I will read any single thing she writes. I'm going to put her name in the comments in case you're looking for something to read. She is terrific. So Emma Donohue has a brand new book out about the flu. Oh, for heaven's sake. If you know it, throw it in. Laura, you got a picture. You got a copy of the Alice Network. Yes, it's great. It's really good. It's long, but it's really, really good. And that's a perfect book discussion title. So as I'm looking for things for September, whether we do it by Zoom or some other way. Oh my gosh, Lita, how is that Hidden Valley Road? That I'm waiting for, and I really can't read it. That's a nonfiction book about a family dealing with schizophrenia. Lita, what can you say in the comments about that? Because I feel like that is something readers would really want to take a look at. I don't know if it's a tricky, hard read, or if it's, I'm not sure. But book discussion is via Zoom. Wednesday, September 2nd. I know it's early to be talking about Wednesday, September 2nd, but August 1st is right around the corner. You can get this on Hoopla. It's on Libby. Irene, if you're around, you just have to get the link and Zoom right in. You will have a really fun time. What happens in the Zoom book discussion stays in the Zoom book discussion. Everybody has comments, and it's really quite fun. All right, folks, I realize it is 5:59. It is almost 6 o'clock. So, yes, something in the stars. Lori, you're right. It's, is it The Pull of Our Stars? The Pull of something like that, the Emma Donohue book. And like I said, I'll read anything she writes. I've seen her speak, and she is a rock star. So, happy birthday, Dad. I love you. Happy birthday, Amy, Reader Services librarian Amy, but she's so much more than that. I love you too. And here's Dad again with his fish, the fifth member of my family. And Lita is saying, I found the book to be very interesting. I didn't find it hard to read, but at times very disturbing. And she got the book on Libby. So it's in the comments. Hidden Valley wrote a nonfiction book about this family dealing with schizophrenia at a time, I want to say in the 60s, maybe when, or late 50s, early 60s, when no one was really talking about this. So very interesting. Okay, guys, just so you know, the next few weeks, we're off. I'm off from Happy Half Hour, so I'm not going to be back until the middle Pull of Stars. Thank you, Lori. I won't be back until probably August. Oh dear. Let's see. I will give you the date. August 21st. So that's when the next Happy Half Hour is, August 21st. I hope to see you all then. You guys, most of you have my email or your Facebook friends, and you can contact me with what you're reading. I know Ella Landauer and Lita and Carol Belf, you guys can, certainly Evelyn, send me your email. Let me know what you're reading over the summer so we can talk about it on August 21st, which is the next Friday episode of Happy Half Hour. Please, everybody, be safe and wear your masks. And thank you all for watching. You guys are awesome, and have a good and safe weekend. And on that note, I'm going to go. Thanks for being here. Oh, Debbie, fine. Wow. Debbie, I was just talking, I don't know, you said I was just talking about Dad. With the fifth member of my family. You think it was Christine and I, but there was also that. So see you soon, everybody. And hopefully you like the suggestions. And I hope to see you on the 21st of August. And we'll see what this looks like then, too. So I'm going to release the Kraken and see what we get. There it is. See? Isn't that worth waiting for? You got to wait an hour for it. There it is. All right. I'll see you guys. Take care. Be good. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And wear your masks. I did. I took it out, Lori. It's out. All right, guys. I will see you soon. You can, like I said, you can always email me. And I have released the Kraken. There it is. This is what it is. Now, the problem is I am not going to get this back in because the clip is very tiny. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but now's the time to try. All right, guys. Thanks again for spending your hour with me, and I will see you on August 21st. All right. Ciao for now. If the girls are watching, Emma and Alexa, swag, go get your chicken burgers. Ellen is saying she just finished the book Woman of Troublesome Creek. Also amazing. Fabulous book. I hope you liked it. All right, guys. I'm out.